All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I am so excited to be here with all of you tonight. Welcome to Park Lane. Welcome to our team. As you probably know by now, my name is Michelle Zito. I am your company vice president, and my job here is to help to support you and to train you and to cheer you on so that you can have a successful business here at Park Lane. If we're not already Facebook friends, please feel free to shoot me a friend request. I love being Facebook friends with everyone. Helps us all to get to know each other and just nice. So if you would like to be Facebook friends, feel free to send me a friend request. I'm so thrilled to welcome you to the team. Now, just so that you know, I pretty much do this call weekly. So, you know, it's important that everyone on the team gets the same information. So, and it's extra important for all of you to know this because you're brand new. So it's good for you to know that if tomorrow somebody said to you, you know, hey,
no, that was just
Holly, how is your brand new business going? You'd be able to say, you know, and they said, I would actually like some information about that. You wouldn't have to like feel like you had to withhold the information or be afraid to be like, yeah, you should check it out because you feel like you don't know the business yet. You know, you don't have to know anything right now. We do the training of your people. We do the launches for your people until you're ready to do so. So, and, you know, we let you know that. So you don't have to worry about any of that right now. Everybody joins the same training and it would not be unusual for you to be back next Tuesday or the Tuesday after that with your brand new recruit, just like Candace is on the call with her new recruit, just like Laura's on, just like Denise is on, just like Lisa's on. These are people that in the case of some of these girls, they're kind of new themselves, but here they are, you know, back on the welcome call just to hang out with their new team member and get that little refresher. So now, just as I'm looking over, Carlene, where are you from and who is your recruiter?
I'm from Houston, Texas, and Mary Scott is my recruiter.
Great. And then, okay, so there's like practically the perfect example. Mary is new herself, and here is her brand new recruit, Carlene. So welcome to the team. That's fabulous. So then Becky is the leader that's been working with you. Fantastic. Stephanie, remind me about yourself.
I got recruited with Maricela Velasquez. Sorry.
Great.
So.
And where do you live, Stephanie?
I live in Amboy, Indiana.
Indiana, and that's not where you live, is it, Maricela? Where do you live?
I live in Fresno, California.
That's what I thought. So how do you like that? So now, and how did you two meet or know each other?
We went to high school together.
Oh my gosh. So who moved away?
She did.
Well, welcome. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Holly, are you able to share?
I'm muted. Sorry.
There you go. No, you're
There's
on
a
now.
lot going on at my house tonight, so I have to stay muted.
No problem.
So I live in Pueblo, Colorado. I signed up under Lisa DeYoung, and me and Lisa signed up under Laura Bowler.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So Laura, you have some more local people to you now, right? Is that not too far from you?
So Lisa's about 10 or 15 minutes away. Holly is actually 45 minutes away. So she's in a different town. So she's opening up a new market.
Well, this is all wonderful. As things open up, you'll be, you know, the three of you will be able to do some perhaps in-person events together. So that's great. And as you see, the team continues to expand. People continue to join with people that don't live anywhere near them because you don't have to. In fact, none of you live near me, and yet here we are. So, Tammy, I know that you're off camera and muted. I'm not sure if you're able to talk.
Yes, I can talk. I'll see if I can figure out how to undo the video parts too. Okay.
Oh, you got it. Yeah.
I think I got it. Yes, so I'm Tammy Chambers. I live in Florence, Arizona, and Candace Hales is the one that brought me in.
Fantastic. Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, Candace, where do you live?
I'm right down the street in Queen Creek, Arizona, so we're probably like 15 minutes away from each other. We actually work together at the same school, so.
Oh,
Yeah,
fantastic. So now you're coworkers in 2 places.
Yep.
I love it. Love it. Love it.
I have to say, can I just shout out a little Arizona and say, I'm from Arizona too, so we can be Arizona buddies and hang out. We should go to lunch.
There you
Yeah,
go.
we can hang out in the 117 degrees.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I was thinking of you guys today when on the news, when they did this whole big story about the heat wave on World News Tonight. And I thought of all of our Arizona team. So yeah, keep that air conditioning rolling, huh?
Yeah, we stay inside. It really doesn't make a difference if you stay inside. We have good AC.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's
It's like if you live in Canada in the winter, you don't go outside all winter. This is like our Canadian winter.
yeah. I thought the same thing when people say that about like Florida and stuff. I'm like, well, it seems to me you would just stay inside at like an opposite time of year, perhaps.
Yeah.
Well, it is wonderful to have you all on this Zoom tonight. What we're going to be doing tonight is we're going to focus this training on our Rich Rewards program, which is the program that allows you to add free jewelry to your kit. And the other thing we're focusing on is how to successfully introduce your friends and family to your new business. And that includes having a fun and successful launch party. I know that several of you have already had your launch party. You'll still be able to apply these tips to either a second launch party or just the normal parties that you have as you continue to move forward in your business. So you'll definitely want to take some notes.
Going
And
upstairs for a second.
oh, I'm gonna there we go. You'll definitely want to take some notes, although there are times where I give you like a script that, of course, you don't have to attempt to write. I'll show you where the scripts are, but then there's other little things that you'll want to jot down here and there. Okay, so Park Lane is so generous to us. They know that we joined this business in order to make money, not to spend it. And in no way do we ever have to be our own best customer. So that's why we have our Rich Rewards program, because that allows us to earn hundreds to $1,000 worth of free jewelry every single month. So this is, of course, in addition to earning our weekly paychecks. So does that sound good? Would you like to earn the jewelry in addition to the paychecks? All right, so I'm going to share my screen for a moment so that we can take a look at the Rich Rewards program. Okay, so. Okay, I keep 400 tabs open on my computer all the time. All righty, so. When you open up your computer program with Park Lane, you're going to find that you're on what we call the dashboard, which shows your personal sales, your team sales, the same information for the week before. Right here is where you're going to redeem the Rich Rewards that I'm talking to you about right now. So like I already earned level 1. If I wanted to redeem this 250, I would simply click here, click claim now, and put in the item numbers of anything that I wanted to redeem. When you redeem your Rich Rewards, it's the same guidelines as when you chose your kit. So, you know, in other words, based on like back orders and things like that, they, you know, have guidelines as to what you can choose. But the reason that there's payment information in here is because we simply pay tax on the amount of jewelry that we chose if your state has sales tax, and then a $7 shipping. So super easy to do. Where we're going to do right now is to go into the field interface section here, because this is what is also known as like the back office. So this is where only stylists can go. And back here, you'll find a bunch of helpful things. One is the Style Boss News. The Style Boss News is the publication that comes out at the start of each month and kind of gives a once over of what's happening for that month. So there's info here on our upcoming online convention that I hope you'll participate in. There's information on, just upcoming specials, things that we're currently earning, like all of that is what's found in here each month. And there's usually some helpful training tips in here as well. Just all kinds of things that you'll find helpful. So that's the Style Boss news. Then you'll find that there's also the weekly version. So every Thursday at around lunchtime, depending on your time zone, the loop comes out. And that's basically the weekly email that keeps you in the loop of what's happening. That's why it's called the loop. So it's keeping you in the loop. We live for the Thursday mornings because we always want to know, did they extend the special? Did they add a new style drop? Did they add something for hostesses? You just never know what's going to be in here. So you'll receive the loop in your email every Thursday, but just in case, it lands in your spam or you need to look at it on a different day other than Thursday and you don't feel like looking through it in your email, you can always find that right here in the back office as well, here in the Fields interface. So that is, an important spot. Now, there's not too many other places that I like you to start poking around in back here because there's just a lot here and we try to keep everything that you need in the team Facebook group. But where we need to look right now is in the download section, which is where the Rich Rewards program is. So when I click downloads, it brings all the different forms and flyers and brochures that you might need. So what we're looking for is the Rich Rewards Club brochure, which is here under brochures and booklets. Okay, so let's take a look at the Rich Rewards Club. All right, so level 1 is when you submit personal sales of $1,000 net and non within the first 2 commission dates of a calendar month, and you're rewarded with $250 worth of jewelry of your choice. Now, there's a whole lot of Park Lane jargon here that I want to go over before we even talk about that $250. The first thing that I think we need to address is this N plus N, right? Submit personal sales of $1,000 net and non. So let's talk about that for a second. What does net and non mean? There are 2 parts of a Park Lane order. Okay, there's the net sales and the non-sales. The net sales are the part of the order that you are paid on. The non-commissionable sales are the part of the order that you get contest credit on, but not actual pay. So I would imagine that by now, a bunch of you have taken an order. If not, I'm guessing you have placed an order prior to that at some point in your life. So let's think about a customer order. You know how the typical order, there are 2 pieces at regular price. Those 2 pieces are the lowest 2 pieces, right? So the 2 regular price items are net. So you are paid your 30% or whatever level you are, 30% of those 2 birdie earrings that are $30 each, and we're now at $60. Okay, so you've made 30% of that $60. You get contest credit on that, of course, as well. Now, the next part of the order is that people can take as many as 4 more pieces at half price, right? So if they take a pair of a Radley bracelet that's normally $50, it's $25. So let's say they take 2 of those. Now there's another 25 and 25 on the order for a total of 50. That is also net. So the half price items are also part of your net sales. So on this order, we have 50 plus 30 that is part of the order. So you're getting paid net on $50, $60, $70, $80 in net sales, or whatever it was in the half price items. So that's all what you're getting paid on. Now, the next thing on a customer order is typically the bonus item, right? So when an order is under normal circumstances, when the order total is $90 or more, and that includes the regular and the half price items. Then that customer gets to pick something as high as $200 for $25, right? That $25 item is non-commissionable. So that does not show up in your paycheck. It does show up in your contest credit. So it would count towards your rich rewards and anything else you're working towards. What else might be non-commissionable on an order? How about when we have a special color impression bracelet, right? So a special color impression bracelet would be like we have the grape impression right now, right? And a customer gets to purchase this for $35, right? With a $40 purchase. So somebody could put it on the order I just described, or somebody could simply purchase a Sydney necklace, which is $40, and then add this to their order for $35. In the case of that independent order, the $40 on the Sydney necklace would be net. And then the $25 on the special color impression bracelet would be non. Style drops are also non. So when these earrings are $20 with a $40 purchase. So if people want posy earrings on their order, they will spend $40 in order to be qualified for them, and then another $20 on the earrings. Again, the $40 net is what you're getting paid on. The $20 non gets added to your contest credit. Now, as far as your hostess order, her $25 thank you piece is non. Her half price items are net, same as a customer order. So when you add all of that up over the course of a party on, say, $1,000 show, you'll find that about $800 of a $1,000 show is net, and about $200 of it will be non. Now, right now, you probably know that customers only have to spend $60 in order to get 2 bonus items. One of them as high as $200 for $25, and then the second one up to $100 for free. So everybody spends the $60, because why would you not spend $60 in order to get a $200 piece and a $100 piece for $25? I mean, that's like amazing. So sales are ripping and rolling right now. The other thing that is non-commissionable are sparkle boxes. So you know how I have the set on right now? It's the star earrings, stud earrings with the mother of pearl, and then the necklace that goes with it. So the Sparkle Box is our subscription service. People love, how many of you already have a Sparkle Box subscription? Okay, so a few of you do and a few of you don't. So the monthly subscription, and people like love getting all kinds of things delivered, right? People get Ipsy, they get Stitch Fix, they get whatever, all delivered to the house, and they all cost more money than a Sparkle Box. $24 gives them the standard, which in this case was the earrings. And then that's for $24 a month. The piece is valued as high as $80. The second option is to do a premium, which is only $15 extra. So really everybody, you should be encouraging everybody that subscribes with you to do the premium, because it's not double, it's $15 extra. So for $39, they're getting 2 coordinating pieces valued as high as $80 each. So about $160 worth of jewelry for $39 showing up at their house the first week of every month, like Christmas. It's amazing. Now, you can subscribe from your own self. So just go to your own website, click Order Sparkle Box, and I always recommend everybody subscribes to a premium, because how can you sell a premium Sparkle Box without showing a premium Sparkle Box? So when it comes, it's like a big moment in your VIP group. Now, if you're saying, oh, I don't have a VIP group, you will in a minute, because your party group, at the end of that, the leader or your recruiter working with you is going to show you how to change the cover, how to change the title, and then bam, that becomes your VIP group, and you'll continue adding friends, family, and guests as you proceed on. It's a big moment when you're going to post, oh my gosh, I'm revealing the new Sparkle Box, because there's always about 3 people on the fence that are like, maybe I'll do it next month if I love it. Oh, I'll do it next month. And finally, there's a month where they're like, you got me, and they'll subscribe. Now, we said that in the Rich Rewards Level 1, that when you have $1,000 in sales net and non in the first 2 weeks of the month, you get your $250 shopping spree. Sparkle boxes run on the 1st. So if you have 10 premium subscribers, that means that the first week before you even do a show, you're at 390. And you only have, now like not even $700 to go to earn your level 1 Rich Rewards. So if you have not already subscribed from your own self, this one will go out to you because this is the current Sparkle box. And then you'll be set. And on the 1st of the month moving forward, you'll receive the box like all the other stylists, and you'll be so happy. And your customers will be so happy, and you'll continue to be so happy as people continue to join in. When this first occurred, so many of us were like, oh my gosh, can you imagine how great it will be to have enough subscribers that just on Sparkle boxes, you earn level 1 Rich Rewards. And I recently reached that. So I have $1,000 worth of Sparkle boxes that go through on the 1st of every month. And you can get there. It starts with yours and then continues as you continue to market it. So I'm going to share the screen again so that we can get back to this screen. So is everyone clear on net and non? That's number 1. Because it's important to know how you're getting paid, right? And what you're getting paid on. Sometimes I have heard people say, like off the cuff, oh, well, why would I sell something I don't get paid on? But what I'm sure you've noticed is that the non-commissionable special is what drives the net sale. People will spend that $90 in order to get the $200 thing that they love for $25. They'll spend the $40 to get another impression bracelet added to their collection. So what you'll see as you build a customer base, right now you have people that will take impression bracelets on their normal order. You probably have some people that have purchased a grape impression bracelet from you. Then they get them and they're like, oh my gosh, these are so beautiful. Then like in 2 weeks, we have a new additional color that comes out and everyone who has one wants the next color. And it starts to become like an obsessive collection. So that when a new color comes out, you can end up with a show's worth of orders just from your VIPs buying a craze necklace and the new whatever name we make up for whatever the color is, impression bracelet. So that's net and non. Let's move on to the next little part of company jargon here, which is the commission dates of a calendar month. Okay, if possible, put yourself in front of a calendar. It's totally okay if it's the one on your phone, whatever. Okay, so Parklane pay weeks run Thursday to Wednesday. So the end of every Wednesday night is the end of your pay week. And then the next day, Thursday, starts the next one. So in order to know when a month begins, we need to look at when did the previous month end, because month end in Parklane world is the last Wednesday of the month. Doesn't matter what dates are still in that month after the last Wednesday, that becomes part of the next month. So if we look at May, you see May 26th was the last Wednesday. So that means that May 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th, and 31st, that's like the longest that you can even have left over in a month. That all is part of this month, June. So June week 1 was from May 27th to June 2nd. And then May week 2 was June 3rd to the 9th. So all of us who sold $1,000 in that time frame got to pick out or get to pick out $250 worth of jewelry of choice. So for July, it will end up being, July is an easy one because actually the month starts on a Thursday. So July 1st to the 7th will be week 1, and July 8th to the 14th will be week 2. But what you'll notice about June is that it's actually a 5-week month, because months where we have so many days leading in and then the last day of the month is a Wednesday makes it a 5-week month, which means you all scored a fantastic long month as your first month to achieve all of these things that you want to achieve. So in the case of June, Week 3 is the 10th to the 16th, which is what we're in right now. So tomorrow ends June week 3. So if you want a paycheck this week, you need to have put something in since the 10th through tomorrow night. Then week 4 is the 17th to the 23rd. And then our bonus exciting extra week 5 is the 24th through the 30th. So does anyone have a question on pay, weeks, or calendar? The month it counts is the month or the week it goes in. So if somebody places an online order from a party link today, that order does not count on your paycheck until you submit that show. So if you have an open show and you're wanting a paycheck this week, that show has to go in, sent in to Park Lane by tomorrow night so that it is part of your pay week for this week and it shows up on your dashboard. Okay. Good. Okay. I know that was an awfully long explanation before we even talked about any rich rewards, but I feel like that is a super important, those are super important things to understand. So let's go on to, now we understand that the $1,000 net non within the first 2 weeks, you get that $250 worth of jewelry. That's the only level, everyone, that is only part of the month. Everything else, you get the whole month to do, and everything is accumulative, okay? So level 2 is when you sell 2,500 net non in the entire Park Lane month, version of the month. Then you get that month's ensemble of the month. So this month, last month was the turquoise one. Oh, this one is the one called Colada. And it looks like a pretty greenish blue piece that is going to be fantastic. That piece shows up, no shipping, no tax, nothing. It's just a happy day that all of a sudden it's in your mailbox. Yay. Level 3, personal sales of $4,000 over the course of the whole month. You then get an additional $300 worth of jewelry of your choice. Okay. We also can earn rich rewards based on team building. So a month where you have 2 recruits that start in the same month and go on to qualify with their $1,000 in sales in their first 5 weeks, which we prefer much sooner. We'll talk about them in a minute. Then you get another 300, and in a month that you have 4, that is another 300 for a total of $1,100 worth of jewelry at the maximum. Isn't that exciting? Now, decide on like, what's going to be your bare minimum? Like, are you saying to yourself, okay, it's only 1,000 in the first 2 weeks. So I'm going to definitely make sure I get that. And I definitely want that ensemble of the month because that'll keep my kit fresh every month. That something brand new is coming and I'll have something brand new. So then that minimally you're going to sell 2,500 a month so that you'll get the 250 and the special piece. After you do that, or sooner than that, because some of you do that in like your launch party, and then you're like, oh, I'm going to go on to earn the 4,000. Then you realize that's totally doable. So you're going to see that Rich Rewards is a really fun program, and that earning all of that free jewelry allows you to be so generous. I'm sure that many of you are already the customer. You were first a customer of your recruiter. And you said over and over again, how does she give away so many things? How did she afford to give me this bracelet before my party even happened? Usually it's because they earned it in Rich Rewards, or they know they can replace it with their Rich Rewards. So it's really fun to earn Rich Rewards. Okay, so let's jot down some numbers so that we can get you on track to earn all of that plus more. So first, write down 12 to 15 average orders. 12 to 15 average orders. Lisa, I just noticed that you had questions in the chat. When I'm in a screen share, I can't see the chat, so I'll circle back to your question in just a second, okay? Write down 12 to 15 average orders. Next, write down $1,000 in sales. $1,000 in sales. And then write down $300 in commission. $300 in commission. So what do these numbers mean? You probably already figured it out because you look pretty smart to me, but when you collect 12 to 15 average orders for your launch party, and for that matter, really any party that you do, and I know you all know 12 to 15 people with a neck. So does everybody that you're going to do a party with. Everybody knows 12 to 15 people that have a neck, right? And if not, they have ears, okay? And they actually have 2 wrists. So they actually have 24 to 30 wrists. That's even better than having 12 to 15 necks, okay? That will generally yield you about $1,000 worth of customer orders. And that's actually a lowball estimate, to be honest with you, which will earn you about $300 in commission. Does that sound good? Would that make you happy each show? All right. Well, having a successful launch party that your leader is probably straight up doing for you is important to starting your business off strong, as well as making sure that you have business that's going to extend beyond your family and friends. So there are 3 steps that are going to make this launch party a success. Okay. Step 1 is to consider actually doing 2 launch parties and to be inclusive in your inviting. So that's step 1. Step 2 is to invite using multiple methods and the right words. Invite using multiple methods and the right words. And step 3 is just to fill your calendar with shows. That way, you're going to get practice and you're going to earn your rich rewards. Now, of course, we're going to go over each of these steps. So let's look at step 1. Consider having that second launch party and to be very inclusive in your inviting. The benefits of the 2 launch parties, if you haven't done a launch party yet, you can really schedule them both at the same time. So let's say you know that generally you're going to offer shows on Sunday nights and weeknights. Then you should have a launch party on a Sunday night and then a second launch party, say, on that Wednesday night, or whatever, works out for your calendar. That way people get to see, the 2 different options. But remember, when you do 2 launch parties that are scheduled at the same time, you use the same link at both of them. People maybe who miss the Zoom on Sunday can join a live Zoom on Wednesday instead of just watching a replay. If your events are in person, you can certainly be applying this exact same thing. You can do, or maybe you're doing 1 online launch and 1 in-person launch, right? So maybe you're doing 1 on Zoom or Facebook Live with your leader on a Thursday, and then you're going to have people at your house on your own on Saturday. All of that works. Use the same link, lump all the orders together, and you're going to definitely have way more than 10 orders. Because remember, when you're doing any show in your own name, your launch party included, you're totally double dipping, right? Because now you're the hostess getting all of that free jewelry and everything else that a hostess gets, and you're going to get the paycheck at the end of the party. So you're allowed to put in shows in your own name as often as you want. So if you've already done your launch show and there's like people that are still like, oh, is it too late to order? It's never too late to order when you are the stylist. At all times, you should have a show open in your own name. Because if someone says, oh, Candace, I have, a gift I need. Like just last week, I had 2 different people want to do a gift card for somebody for their birthday. And I said, how much are you looking to put on it? And one of them said $50. I said, if you make it $60, then you can keep the 2 bonuses for yourself. And then the email of the gift card goes straight to the person. She was like, get out. Of course you can have $60. Somebody else was wanting one of $150. And then she wanted to also buy Dallas earrings for herself. So I did, the first item was a $100 gift card. The second item was a $50 gift card. Now her Dallas earrings were the next item at half price. And she got the 2 bonus items. The gift cards went to the person and she kept all the extras. So those all went in on a show that I'm accumulating in my name so that when the sales hit 300 or when I hit 10 orders or whichever comes first or whatever, then I can take advantage of all of those hostess benefits. So I highly recommend you do the same at all times. Now, you know, when people tell you they can't come to the first date, you can default invite them to the second date. That's the other thing that's so awesome about doing the 2 launch parties. Now, be inclusive in your inviting means don't decide for someone that they're not getting invited, meaning like, oh, she never has any money and never buys anything. Even if that's true, what if she wants to book a party with you because she sees all these things that she doesn't want to spend the money on, right? Or maybe she wants to join so she can stop not having money, right? Somebody, you know, oh, she's too busy. Well, she can watch the replay if that's the case. You know, don't decide for someone else not to invite them, because then you're just giving yourself all these no's that really might have been a yes. And remember, because all of our hostess benefits and our goal is to get as many contacts as possible. That's why our hostess benefits aren't based on sales. It's based on number of orders. So if someone, and I say this to all of my hostesses, I say, if someone says, oh, I was just going to get 1 pair of earrings, and I know that probably doesn't help you out that much. Oh, no, it totally does. Host credit is based on number of orders. I'm actually at 8 orders. If you order those Moana earrings, I'll be at 9. I know I can find 1 more order. And then that one person, now that's a contact you have. That's somebody you can follow up with, see how she likes them. They're on your email list. They're on all, you know, a lot of great things can come from that. So just invite people, let them know that, you know, it's up to them if they want to come or not. And of course, the beauty of all this online is that your high school friends that moved to Indiana can be at your party when you live in California. And that's just how it goes. If we were not doing online right now, I would venture to say half of you would not be on this Zoom right now because we would be limited to who could come to parties in person. So that is one wonderful thing that has come out of all of this. So now, just as a quick aside question, how many of you would be interested in earning 5% more in commission? Like, how many of you would like a 5% raise? Does that sound like something you would want? And it's so amazing, right? That Park Lane offers this to you like the day you start, because sometimes you work somewhere 5 years, you don't see a 5% raise, right? So Park Lane is willing to do those 5% raises, and here's how. So when one person joins you in this business, and you'll find statistically, people who start with a friend or, you know, a family member, somebody they know, both do better in the business than people that do not start with a friend. So Stephanie, Maricela, you're going to see this. You're friends. You're both pretty new, and you're going to be able to bounce ideas off each other. You're going to make sure, oh, are you going to that meeting? Oh, are you going to convention? And these are all the things that make people who bring a friend in, especially early in the business. Ashley Davenport has a great name for it. She always calls it a business buddy. Who's going to be your business buddy? Statistically do better. And when that person, so the 2 steps to getting this raise are, step 1 is that just you have a Park Lane month that you sold $1,000 net and non, which is reason number 942, that we want your launch party to just go in at 1,000. Then we know that if it's the first 2 weeks, your rich rewards are done. We know that you are ready to just check that second box when that recruit comes on board. We don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, did she ever do her 1,000 in the same month? So we love for that to be all done. That's when you get a raise and you go to 5% higher. So if you're starting as a stylist, a fashion director, you're starting at 30%. That means if you do a $600 party, you're getting a $180 paycheck. But guess what? When you move up to branch, that same paycheck is $210 for the exact same work, for the exact same show. Now think about that times 2 parties a week, times maybe 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 parties over the month. That works out to start adding up to hundreds of dollars. So if you're going to do a party, if you're going to put the time into running your business, the reason why I tell you this on the welcome call, because some, there are people in this industry that are like, oh, I don't teach them that in the beginning. They should just like learn the basics first. No, the basics is building a team, because I'm going to assume none of you joined this business because you were bored. Did anyone just like need a hobby, or like you were bored? No, if that was the case, you could be watching knitting videos on YouTube, right? You could have joined a bowling league. That's a hobby. You wanted to start a business, and I'm sure you all have families and kids and other jobs and parents and other activities that you do, or all of the above, but all women have something I just described. And you decided to do this to earn extra income around all of that stuff already in your life, right? So I share this with you up front to respect your time and your business acumen, to say, hey, I want to earn as much money as I can, as quickly as I can, as early in my career as I can. And I'm so glad to see that some of you that have been on the welcome call very recently are already back with your first team member. And I'm sure I will see you again. So unique to Park Lane is that if your recruit decided it's not for her, which of course happens, the business isn't for everybody, but everybody can try it. If she decides it's not for her, you don't demote back. You don't lose your raise. You don't go back to fashion director. You still get to stay at that level, and you still get to keep that pay increase. And if any of you have sold anything else, you just went, what? Because every direct seller on earth takes that away when your team decreases. So that is amazing about Park Lane. So here's the thing to know. As you're talking about your business, people are going to ask questions, and they may have already asked you these questions and you didn't realize the real meaning behind them, because so many times people will say to you like, Carlene, how much was the kit? Candace, how much time do you have to put into your business? Stephanie, how much other stuff did you have to buy beyond the kit, right? And you just kind of answered the question and you went on your way thinking that they just wanted to know, that's not what they're asking. They're asking, Carlene, how much money would I have to spend on a kit? Candace, how much time would I have to be putting into meetings and trainings? Stephanie, how much other stuff do I have to purchase? That's what those questions really mean. So when you hear those types of questions, it's okay. We encourage you to say, you know what? I had a lot of these questions too. Would it be okay if my friend, and this is where you say your leader's name, right? Would it be okay if my friend Jen? Would it be okay if my friend Jessica? Would it be okay if my friend Becky? Fill in the blank of whoever is the leader that works with you, okay? Would it be okay if she gave you a call? You know that I'm new and I am just loving it. I would love if she could answer your questions as well. That is all you have to say. Sometimes people will even be a little bolder and say, hey, is that something I could be doing? Or that looks like fun, I should do that. Do you think I could do that? Maybe they're saying, and you're going to just simply say, oh my gosh, yes, this is so much fun. As you know, I'm new and I want to make sure you get the right information. Would it be okay if my friend Jen gives you a call? She's the one answering all of my questions and I know she could answer yours too. She's really nice and she's not pushy. That's another thing that people get afraid of, that some like crazy direct sales lady is going to call and be super pushy and whatever. And all the people that I just named are people and are definitely super nice and not pushy. So it's not even like you're lying. So take advantage of that. Your leaders are willing to do that for you. Don't ever feel like that's being a pain in the neck or that you're overstepping, because when you grow, we grow. And that's the whole point here. We want you to get a raise. We want you to earn as much money each and every time you leave your house. Or each and every time you log onto your computer. Because remember, this is a business. A regular job pays you for the number of hours you work, right? So when you do one party for one hostess, you're getting paid essentially by the hour for the effort that you're putting in. But your second stream of income here at Park Lane is the team that you build that is doing a show sometimes when you're also doing a show, or that's doing a show while you're watching The Bachelor, right? Because that's the way this works, is it, as your team grows, Park Lane is continuing to pay you. We're pretty much the only direct seller that pays you on your whole organization as you move up in leadership. So one of the reasons I left my old company was that they would only pay me on like 2 levels down. Here at Park Lane, I'm paid on every single person in this organization. That's thousands of dollars a month more than I was earning at my previous company. And I'm telling you this so that you have the vision to know that this is on the table for you as well. And that you don't have to worry about like, oh, if she promotes too many times, because that's what would happen at every other company on earth, and including the one I worked at. If I promoted somebody too well, they'd move them down out of the area that they paid me on them. And of course, one would say, why would you work then to help somebody promote if it meant you wouldn't get paid on them anymore? So, and that's against, you know, what you're taught as a leader. You're supposed to help people grow. And then, you know, you should be rewarded for it, not punished. So you're rewarded with that every step of the way here at Park Lane. So use every resource available to you, use every person willing to help you, every opportunity, every event. You know, we have the big mega party next Thursday night. Get some guests in there so that we can wow them with everything. And all you have to do is take the order and book the party. We do everything else. So, all right. So as these names pop in your head, because I feel like every time when I do this section of the training, there's people that say, oh my gosh, my cousin totally said those words to me and I didn't realize she was secretly asking for business information. If that's the case, let your leader know right away so that we can get that, you know, moving for you. All right, so that was step 1, which is doing the 2 launch parties to invite everyone. I just threw in a bonus on how to get a raise. So let's scoot through these next couple. The second step to success, inviting using multiple methods, using the right words. Here's what we're not doing. This is easier to say what we're not doing, right? Number 1, we are not using one of any form of invitation, meaning that you're not just creating a Facebook event and hitting the invite button. No one is seeing that invite that was not online the minute that you sent it. And even then, they still might not see it. But you also can't only text, because there's probably a few people in your life that still want a phone call. Then there's people that you call that never, ever, ever pick up their phone. They need the text. So you need like a little of everything out there. But what we're definitely not doing is group anything, meaning group Facebook Messenger as the invite is what I mean. Once they're in an event, if you want to group chat people, that's okay. But when you're doing invitations, no group chats, no group Facebook Messengers. Because when you put people in a group chat, number 1, that's annoying, right? We know this. And I mean ones that people don't want to be in. I know that lots of you are in a group chat like within your team and you get training from that. That's not annoying. The kind of group chat that's annoying is, I'm having a jewelry party on such and such, and then people start commenting while you're in court, while you're in work, while you're in a teacher's meeting, and your phone sounds like you're going to the electric chair, right? And we do not want this, and we don't want this for other people. Number 2 problem is that when you send out invitations, and you know this when you receive an invitation, the no's come first, right? You know how if someone invites you to something and they're like, hey, Denise, do you want to go to the movies next Saturday? If you already had, like, if she had her son's theater performance that night, she would know right away she can't go because her son has a theater performance that night. So right away she would respond, oh no, I can't go. I have my son's theater performance. That's all well and good. That's normal. But what's not good is when it's said in front of 25 other people, because now those 25 people remember, oh, I can't go to that either because I have this, I have that. And now what's the message going out to the rest of the group? Oh, no one's going to that. Right? I'm not going to that. I don't even know what it is, but it must stink. No one's going. It doesn't stink. And plenty of people would have come. It's just that it didn't need to be a production of no's in front of everyone else. So we don't invite via group chats. You're going to get no's. You're going to get lots of no's throughout your entire business. They just don't need to be in front of so many other people. Okay. When you do your inviting, try to be as sincere as you can be, meaning that please do not just cut and paste. I'm not saying you can't cut and paste a basic form of a message, because we provide a ton of those to you, but you want to make it personal to each person. Do not ever send a cut and paste that starts out with, "Hey girl." Okay, because that screams, I cut and paste this to you. I couldn't even be bothered writing your name. Usually what I do is write, "Hi Denise, send," then follow it up with the message. That way I don't actually accidentally send when I get a little too fast, I don't send Denise's message to Laura and then your stomach drops out that it says, "Hi Denise," but actually you sent it to Laura. That's a big, another giveaway of that. This is not personal at all. But also look at why you want them to come. Do you want them to come because you're the fashionista of the group? You always look so nice. I know that years ago you sold Leah Sophia, and I know you have some expertise. You're the fun one. You're the, and if nothing else, I really want to get your opinion on the jewelry so that I know what I should put in my kit. People love to give their opinions. Why would Yelp even exist, right? If not for people willing to write an essay about asparagus, because people want to give their opinion. So you want their opinion, and you really do, because you do want to know what to put in your kit. You want to know what people like. I know I was not an expert on jewelry. I was quite willing to listen to all of my friends. Put this in your kit, don't put that in your kit. Of course, there's going to be varying opinions, and that's the beauty of full service jewelry. But things that are popular in my area when I'm doing in-person shows are definitely different than things that I find when I go on the road and do shows in the South or do shows in California. I'm like, oh my God, everyone bought this. I have never sold one of those in my life, because it's just something that, maybe women in different areas don't like as much. It's a very interesting thing to see as you're in the business a while. But be personal, because then people understand why they want you to come. It feels special. We've all been invited to some party that you didn't even know what it was, from somebody that you hardly have spoken to. And you're like, why would I go to this? I haven't spoken to you in years. And I hardly know you, and I don't even know what this party is about. Delete. Whereas if I got a message that said, "Hey, Michelle, I know I haven't seen you in ages, but I remember from years ago that you posted a lot of pictures about food, and I'm having this tastefully simple party, and I thought that you might like it." That would make me feel like she had actually put some effort into the invitation. In that case, I might go check it out, right? So are we in agreement? Does that all sound good? No group? Pinky swear? Okay. Let's go to step 3. Fill your calendar with the number of parties that you want to do. And if you don't know how many you want to do, shoot for 2 a week while you get used to things, while you're getting your practice. Because if you do a party and then it's another 3 weeks till your next party, that feels like your first party again. And then if another 2 or 3 weeks goes by, you are once again the kid falling off the bike, because you didn't practice enough after the first time that you did it. Because every party that we do, we say, oh my gosh, I did not show sandalwood tonight. Did I even talk about statement necklaces? Oh my gosh, okay, I'll have to remember to do that at my next show. But then if the next show is a month away, you don't remember that. So that's why you want to do a show. Maybe you want to do a show at 7 and at 8 on a Sunday to maximize the fact that you put makeup on and blow dried your hair. And you rather see 2 shows and do 2 shows in a row. Maybe you want to do one during the week and one on a weekend. Phyllis Cumberlander, huge fan of doing one Saturday afternoon and then one Saturday evening, or she does actually morning and afternoon. And then if people ask for an evening, she'll do that. But to just do it all in a day, can you imagine that you could do 2 shows? Actually, you can even do 2 shows in the same party and have 2 hostesses in the same online show. Send one girl's group of friends the one shopping link when they're ready to shop. The other one, you send the other one. And now you're doing 2 shows in one party. You could run you could do 8 shows a month working one night a week. Whether you're doing one at 7 and one at 8, whether you're doing one at 3 and one at 7, whatever you want to do. But that is what is amazing about this business. So when people say, yeah, I'll have a show, you don't have a booking yet. When you have a booking is when you have the name Susan Martin written in your book on a date and a time. And the way that you get that is that when people say, yeah, okay, that sounds good, you're going to say, okay, fantastic. Were you thinking weeknight or weekend or whatever you offer, right? Because when is the best time to have a show? At the time that's convenient for you. So if you are never going to do a weeknight because it's too much with your kids and your full-time job, and whatever, then you're going to say, I do shows on weekends, day or evening, which is better. Okay, so whatever it is for you. And then they say, oh, you know, weeknights are a little busy. Let me do a weekend. Okay, I have Sunday the 7th and Sunday the 14th, which is better. 2 choices and then a new 2 choices. Now they're just looking at those 2 dates, and 90% of the time they will pick one of those 2. Because when you just open your whole calendar and say, okay, I'm booking shows for July, then people start in with, okay, oh, wow, that's 4th of July in there. Okay, and then my brother might become, now they're looking at Tuesday. They're looking at conflicts that aren't even on a Sunday. It doesn't matter when 4th of July is, if 4th of July is on a Wednesday. Doesn't matter when the brother's coming in, if that's the end of the month on a Tuesday. Keep them focused on what they want and give 2 choices at a time. And when they say that one of those is good, you write in their name, you send them a little, you know, flyer in the mail or online, whatever you want to send, and boom, you have a show booked. And you do the same thing each and every time that somebody wants to book a show. Now, are you going to hear no? Absolutely. Are you going to hear no a lot? Are you going to hear no from people that you feel absolutely should be telling you yes? Yes. All of those things are going to happen. Your best friend's going to tell you no. Your mom's going to tell you no. And you're going to be like, what? She has every party on earth and now this party she can't have? Oh my gosh, what? How does my sister tell me no? Because they do. Some people are into the service that we provide and some people are not and never will be. Some people will say no, but what they really mean is no, not now, not no, not ever. They may mean July is out of the question, but I could definitely have something the first week of August. So, you know, following back up, checking back if a later time would work, or if they say, no, I can't, you can say, I'm also booking August, and that's actually going to be the brand new catalog. Is that something that might work better for you? That may turn the no to a yes, just like that. And if it's still a no, that's okay. It's a big world. You know, I don't have sisters. My mom told me I'm not having one of those parties when I got started 21 years ago. So if I had said, oh my God, Anthony, my mom said no, maybe I shouldn't be doing this, I wouldn't be here. None of you would be here. 21 years of my direct sales career would not have occurred. So do not hesitate to, you know, just continue on, because there's people that love our product and our services and are going to be so happy to have you working with them. I'm sorry that we are like 2 minutes over. I'm going to do one more screen share super quick because I want to make sure that you all know the most important part of our team page when you come to Team Shine On. And I know that pretty much all of you are in here now. Oh, I clicked out of it by accident. Hold on. Okay, so when you come to Team Shine On, you have, you know, the regular posts and everything, but where you want to keep your focus on as new team members for the most part is the guides, which is where we keep anything you could ever need. How do I start to enter a show? You go to how to, and there's directions, there's videos. But we put your first 90 days in business as the first guide so that our new people don't have to feel like, where the heck is everything? So there's a whole bunch of series of things here. Are you on the team? Text reminders. New stylish training part 1 is what you just did. You do not have to rewatch it. New Stylish Training Part 2 is a continuation of this that I just pre-record with like how to explain the sale and the host program and things like that. How to choose your kit and choose rich rewards. This is a video. How to enter a show. Any of the how-tos where you're going to be working something on the computer or, I always recommend sitting at the computer or one device and then watching the video on your phone or another device so that you can watch what the video says to do, hit pause, do it. Because that's so much less stressful than having like somebody on the phone saying to you, okay, on the left, click enter. Do you see it? No, on the left, above that. No, below that. Do you see that? I feel like that's literally the worst for everybody involved to be on that type of phone call. So that's why we do it for you this way. So you know how you spent a whole bunch of quarantine, like binge watching things on Netflix and whatnot? This is your new binge. All the things here in the guides, you're going to be so happy when you go over these things. And anytime you're not sure, always come check the guides, the Cinch Share things, training videos that you can use by copying and pasting and putting them into your own VIP group, or that you watch them to train yourself on these words. Everything from a full show to little show segments, everything you could possibly need is in here. And anytime you watch something from the guides, always talk to your leader about it so that they can, hash it out with you and share additional ideas or thoughts. Lisa, okay, so you've waited a very long time for the answers to these questions. To get paid on downline sales, the month before, you need to have submitted 600 or 2 shows, or you have to have qualified 1 recruit. So, and that's for the following month. So to get paid on your team sales for July, you need to submit 600 net or 2 $300 shows in June, or to have qualified a recruit in June. And then you are paid weekly on what your team does that whole entire month. So the first week of June, you'll get your team override. July, you'll get override, 2nd week, 3rd week, 4th week, because you qualified for those overrides based on your June sales. Okay. And then if you don't have that amount, that is correct, that then you would not receive your overrides for the following month. And that's the only example, like when we say there's no minimums, these are of course leadership minimums, which are different than, having to like buy stuff to stay active. We don't do that here at all. Any other thoughts, questions, anything else before we sign off? Was this helpful? Is everyone excited? Well, congratulations to all of you that are here with a new team member. And some of you, this means that you're promoting to branch and getting that 5% raise, which is amazing. And to everybody that is brand new, we are so excited to have you here. We look forward to working with you, and there is so much fun and achievement ahead for you here. I'm quite sure of that. So have a great rest of your night, and I will see you on lots of future trainings. Bye, everybody.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you.